Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the hashtag accordion collaboration, all one word with the hashtag. So if you're participating or making an accordion journal with us, make sure you post anything with the hashtag. That way people can find it. So today, this is the little pocket I made, and as I was worried about, the reason I didn't decorate it yet is these fit, but very, very tightly. So I think, like it goes in there, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to make new ones. So I did make a new one for the pink journal because the pink journal is complete. I have everything in the pink journal that I'm gonna put in it. So it's done on both sides. So yes, that one is all done. So I wanted to make the envelope for it, and I wanted to do that with you guys. So I made a little bit bigger envelope than what I started with. So I will tell you the measurements that I'm using, and you can decide, you know, what size you want yours or whatever. So it's 6 3/4 by almost 8 1/2. Then I cut like a 1/2 inch down, and then I used my envelope punch board to make the curves on it. But I mean, you can round the corners, you can do however you want to do it. There's lots of ways. So I figured we'd go ahead and decorate this one since that one's done, and then I can put it in there. So I have some of my grungy pink wallpaper that I'm going to use for this one. How is everybody? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I'm doing pretty good. It's a sunny day. It's actually pretty darn warm today. I was shocked when I went out this morning because it's a lot warmer than I thought it would be. We got to be real close to 80 today, which it's just so weird how it does that in the fall. Spring does it too, but yeah. So it's a little toasty, but it's fine. At least the sun's out, which is always a good thing. And we did get a pretty good cool down for a lot of days there. I thought for sure that was going to be it, but it does this where it pops back up for a few days. We're supposed to go down into the 50s and 60s, so, you know, it's going to go away. But nice to have it right now. Of course, it's going away for the weekend because isn't that always the way? For me, it is Friday. I know for you guys, it's Tuesday is when this video will go up. Having so much fun doing this collaboration, and I'm loving seeing what you guys are making because there's quite a few people that are also participating. So very, very fun. So thank you guys. I need to say hugs and blessings while I'm at it. So hugs and blessings to Katrina, Becky, Jatsy Girl, Pama, and Deborah. Thank you guys so much for always leaving kind comments and just watching. I really, really appreciate it. So I've had a few questions about the hype button, and what I know about it, I can only speak from the experiences that I have had, is when I've gone to comment on a video, it asks if I want to hype the video, and it's random, so it's not like every time it asks you. And then, you know, you can choose to hype it or whatever. I would ask that you hype it, please, because that, you know, any of those kind of activities help my channel. If you liked the video, that kind of thing. I've also heard if you push the like button, it does it. So I don't really know. I can only speak for what I have done. And I've clicked the comment button. It's asked if I wanted to hype the video. I hyped the video, and then you can't comment. So I've left the video and come back in and then commented. That's how I did it, but I heard if you swipe to the right, I don't really know. I'm like no great guru with the whole technology thing and all those things that you swipe and whatnot, but like I said, I can only speak to what I've done and how it's worked for me. But some people say also when you click to like, it'll ask you if you want to hype, you know, all that. So Anyway, that is what I know about it, and I know nothing more. Then I have this doily, and it is a bit wrinkly, but it's okay. And I'm going to kind of put it on over here, and I might just wrap it around, or I might just trim it off. But I think I'm going to put this on with glue stick because I will be stitching the sides closed. So I think that that will work fine. It's always interesting. I'm going to do mostly in the middle since that's where that center part is. And I have no idea what's the front and back on this. I think this is right. Come down a little bit more. I don't like it when you can see the shininess of the glue stick through there. See, this is why when it's wrinkly I don't worry, especially if it's kind of a thin doily like this, because you put the glue on and the wrinkles go away. That's the advantage, right? I'm gonna need one of these erasers. Oopsie, knock everything down. But yeah, so that's what I know about that, which I know I'm super helpful, right? But if you see it and you like a channel and you liked that video, you know, I would say go ahead and hype it because it doesn't cost you anything and it helps the channel and all that. So that would be what I would say about it. But of course you can decide for yourself. And I'm not going to put anything else on the back. Little piece of like pink red thread there. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good thing. All right, then what else we're going to do is put this photo. This is one of the Tim Holtz photos, and I've, you know, dinged it up a little. I might ding up these corners a little bit more. Because that's how they kind of get. And then I was going to put these roses. I know there's roses there, but we're just rosing it up. The butterfly. That's Tim Holtz. And then I have a bow. So I need to scoot it over just a little bit. And I was going to put this bow, and I just tied it out of, this is actually pink fabric that when you rip it, it goes all fluffy frayed on the edges. And then I'm going to twist it and have it come around the photo. And I've done stuff like that before with other things. So a lot of you have probably seen me do something a little bit like that with other, it works really well with seam binding. I just didn't have any that I liked for this. I'm actually going to put a little bit more in the middle just to make sure it stays. So I think we're going to go about here. Is that kind of what I... Or do I want it to tilt this way? See, this is the problem. I want it to tilt that way because then the bow will frame it out a little bit better. Okay, let's put this on. This might be a little tricky. We're going to have to let it dry a little bit and hope that it doesn't just soak up all that glue, because that happens. like I said, I'm going to twist a little, and I want to tack it down. I'm worried about how that's going to work. Might have to use like some kind of sticky dots maybe, just to help hold it. These are just itty bitty ones, but I think that might work better. Maybe. Did it even come off, or is that just the covering? See, these kind of things drive me bats. This is why I don't use these things. Because they'll stick to your fingers, but they won't stick to what you want them to stick to. They're annoying. Annoying. And I think these dots are just too thick. I don't really want it to be dimensional. Stick. My goodness. You're not helping me. This is not helpful at all. Okay, never mind that idea. That's about the attention span I have for that. We'll just try it with the glue and see what we get. I didn't really want... I don't want glue dots, though. Did not think this through. You know, I don't want to see the glue through the fabric. And I know a lot of people say it doesn't do that if you use Fabri-Tac, but I have used Fabri-Tac in the past. I don't use it anymore, but... And I have had the same problem of seeing, like, spots where the glue is underneath the fabric, and I don't like that. Scotch Create to the rescue again, I guess. Oh, and Josie, Hooligan Mama, thank you for the glue. I almost forgot to say that. I apologize. She sent me some more glue sticks, which is always greatly appreciated. So thank you. I can always use those, that is for sure. So sweet of you. She gets them from Blick Arts Supply. They do have them on Amazon now. Again, it's always up in the air. You just never know when the Amazon's going to have them and when they're not. So, but Blick also has them. So a thank you, my friend. I have to say, that is an awesome, awesome thing to send a junk journaler. Their favorite glue, right? Because it's a constant thing that's always running out. Okay. Put this butterfly. And then I will have to stitch this, but I'll wait until the end of the video. This is going to be a little bit tricky because it's, I'll put it down a little further. Partially on lace, partially off lace. course, my finger sticks very nicely. Put a little bit more under here, because we don't want our butterfly catching on everything it's not supposed to and coming off. Okay, that is what I have for this topper. I do think I want to do a thumb notch right there. Gotta reach. Sorry, excuse my reach. We're gonna go, guess about right there. Just about right there. Little ink. I kind of touch this a little. It's a little bit shiny. I mean, it's still gonna be shiny because that's the way the fabric is, but just to give us a little bit of aging on that. So that's gonna be my cover for this journal. So that'll slide down once we get it all stitched together. But I like that, and I'm glad that one is done. Where did I put my pen? Oh boy. Oh, it's over here. Somebody was yelling at me. Okay, and then in the other one that we're continuing on, this one's not done yet. I'm going to do a page kind of like, I mean, it's not going to look like this one, but this concept, right? Oh, I didn't figure out any words. Oh, well, it doesn't have to have words. But anyways, we're going to do something kind of like that. Oh, and thank you to Sandy for doilies and to Betty Ann for dyed paper. Sandy sent some dyed paper too. You guys are so awesome. I mean, I can't tell you how kind that was. I just have some of this stuff, a ledger. What's it called? Where's my brain? So I'll do this page and then that. Clean up that stuff. So now Carol's also doing a Christmas, using the same kit that Linda's using for the Christmas accordion journal. And Carol's doing an accordion journal kind of like this one with the torn edge. And like I said, definitely check out Carol's accordion videos because she does show how to get this. I finally get it with the going to the halfway point and starting the tear going up, and that's the trick to get the zigzag. I just did mine on the fly and it happened, and then I couldn't figure out how to do it again. This is from my deserted kit. It's a little toasty up here today. It's getting to that point where I need to go out of this room for a while. And my paper towel. And then I took just a piece of the paper from the deserted kit, tore it out, and then put it on top of book page and folded the edges of the book page over just so I'll get a little gusset. It's not going to be a huge gusset, but just a tiny bit on there. And plus I like sometimes leaving something hanging out the top. It needed to be backed so that it was a little bit stronger. Oh, just ripped it. Luckily it's going to be folded over. Fold that. Gotta get it glued down good before you try to put anything in it. That's for sure. So I have this one that can go in here, but I'm gonna do another tag too. I like that since I've used one of those, and then I'll probably you know, put something at the top. And then this stuff is gonna go on the pocket. And these will be, probably by the time you see this, these numbers will be in the shop. I'm working on another kit that has just all, I'm actually going to call it Whatnot. It's a lot like the Paint and Play, but I didn't want to call it Paint and Play 2 or whatever, because there aren't a whole lot of like game board or game related type things. There are paint things, but yeah, so I don't want to call it Paint and Play. It's kind of a lot of random stuff, so I'm going to call it Whatnot. I know that's a goofy name, but I'm just running out of names, y'all. It's kind of getting hard to come up with names. But fun stuff to play with, numbers and ViewMaster color wheels and all kinds of stuff. So I just don't have it done right now, so I can't show it to you. But by the time you see this, it'll probably be done. This little birdie from Tim Holtz is going to go right there. So yeah, I think that'll be... I'm just really enjoying that Paint and Play, so I wanted some more things kind of like that. All right, so that one's pretty much done. I do have this tag that I want to put in the pocket, and this is from my industrial digital. Has these industrial looking things. I'm just going to put some of these bits on there. That will look good with it, I think. He's very serious. I know they can't smile, or they didn't smile back in the day, but it just always makes me laugh because they always look so severe. They could be, you know, the funniest people around, but you wouldn't know it. That's from Paint and Play. Piece of fabric. I think this is just, I don't even think this is Tim Holtz fabric. Somebody sent me fabric with tickets on it. And I like that. I might actually staple that just to make sure it'll stay. I'll probably stitch around this, but I'm just gonna Tiny Tim attach it. And then we'll put this up at the top and it'll get stitched. And I just backed it with some gessoed book page that can be written on. So that's going to go in there too. I know you can't really see the paint chip. You can put it in the front if you want. But I just trying to include some things for writing so that you can, you know, there is some writing space in here. That's the point. Then I have some of my secondhand store that we're going to put on this one. Right there. Need some fresh glue page. And I trim my pages after they dry to the edge. Carol was smart. She traces the edge on her paper with a pencil and then glues it on. So yeah, loads of ways you can do these, however works for you. Whatever you like. Oh, I do need to put some glue up here though. This kind seems to work good to just, when you do tear it off, that way it doesn't just tear everything. Not that you have to do it that way, but okay, and then some music paper. That way I wanted it, or this way? Maybe this way. It's got more stuff happening on it. Super fun. So this one is spoken for. The next one, I'm going to offer to Harriet. So if you contact me at my Etsy shop, Harriet, and let me know if you want the pink one of the journals. That's the one that's available. And if you want to wait for a different journal, I'll move to the next person. So just let me know. I mean, I'll probably be contacting you to ask you if you're interested in it or not. But if you hear me today, just pop over to my Etsy and say yay or nay to that pink. This one. I'm really enjoying the smaller journals right now. Okay, what else am I putting on there? I'm going to put on this piece of doily, or whatever you want to call it, but I think it goes this way. I might have to cut a little more off the corner up there to get it to set right. Because I cut it wonky. Are you shocked? I am. Yeah, something like that. And I did the same thing as I did with the other one, and I have one of these little doodads with the book page and that just all hooked together. And it's just going to get attached right on here again, just like on the pink one, just different colorway. And there is a video where I show how to make these. It's at one of the I Saw It in Somerset Studio or Art Journaling magazine. I'm starting to get those all mixed up, so apologize for that. And I have JoeyCardmaker, pretty lady there. Maybe that's his daughter. I don't know. I don't know who they are. And then I think I'm just going to put a piece of this on there, across there, just because I like it. Another layer. Yeah, those are his Victorian ladies, and they should be linked in the description box because I added his link, I think, to the last video when I used one of those. So if you're interested. He has lots of good photos of different time periods in his shop. So let's glue this down. I think this is going to have to go down with the glue stick as well. I'm just going to put a bunch right there. It's the only thing. Fabric is tricky to glue down. I mean, obviously Fabri-Tac. But not a fan. Put a little bit of this on the stitching part and that'll probably help. Oh, I need to remember I'm going to be tearing some of that off. And on this one, I just put a piece of fabric that has a embroidered leaf and then a piece of that Tim Holtz fabric tape stuff. I kind of want that underneath there. A little bit. Of course, I had to get it on the corner. Oh, that might help hold that down, that fabric. I know you're not seeing a whole lot of the background, but it's just the way it is. It's the way it goes. And this is still loose. I might put something on there, like I put the button on the other one. I just don't know what I want on there. I don't know that I want a button. It's really tricky to have the buttons because they're so thick. So big. No. Yeah, I just don't have any very little ones here. I end up poking myself with a pen because smartly I've put pins in there too. That one might work, but I'll need to put some thread through that. Oh, there's one of my little stamps. That's not a great place for a little stamp. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of, oh my goodness. Everything's sticking. Oh, what about one of these little sunflowers? Yeah. I don't like the middle of those. I know I could take them out and do something else. But it's like, what is the problem? They're too bulky. Kind of weird. And then the problem is you have those sticking out. Unless you can cut them off, which I can never get them cut off well. And I don't have any like rhinestones or anything. I don't know, I might try to find something for that. I'm going to stitch that pocket, and then I will come back and we'll look at it. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have stitched around the pocket, and you can probably see the stitches better on this side. And that fits in there nicely. I may add something up on here. I don't know yet, but anyway, so that one fits in there nicely. It just needed to be a little bit wider than the other one was, so you don't get so much pull. You could also gusset the bottom. A lot of people said, could you gusset the bottom? Yeah, you could. You could, before you stitch it up, do a score line and make a little gusset for it, but it's really fine. It's not that this journal is so thick, but if you did make your journal thicker, I would definitely want to gusset the bottom of the, or if there's a way that you can figure out to use the actual folds in the file folder, then you'll already have a gusset ready to go. So then this, I stitched around this tag, and I stitched around this tag, and like I said, I know you can't see that one, but it's okay. I think that needs to be glued better right there. I forgot I had those little dots from when we did those flowers, the freebie card that we did for, it was a Somerset Studio magazine, these. But I put those little cardboard, those are just hole punches that I painted black. So I put one of those in the center of that, and then I stitched that button on with some black thread as well. Just stitched it straight to the circle. You stay there. So that's what I have. I'm going to have to put a clamp on that because it's not wanting to stay there. But anyways, that's what we have for today. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Harriet, if you could please contact me and let me know if you would like this journal or you want to wait for another one. So that would be great, because then I can either move to the next person on the list or not. However, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and we will chat again soon. Love ya. Bye.